So, I've been trying to download this video for a while, but for some reason my computer went off. But I have a kind of a. I've seen this idea before, but I didn't think I was going to talk about it. But we just went camping. We had some friends over, went camping with us, and so I saw. I didn't ask who was going to go. I just went because my friend invited us, a couple of friends. They're actually my husband's friends. The wife is really down to earth, so I didn't mind going. It was my first time camping. And they're good friends of ours too. Oh, well, not good friends, but friends. Anyways, she had asked me that I was going to stay at a campground. And I was going to stay in a campground with people they invited with them. And it was another couple. The couple I don't really know. They're not tactful. They're very rude. And so I was like, oh, maybe, who cares? Excuse me, I'm just going to go with them. So then, after that, that was what I was thinking. You know, they all drove up there before us, and they were going to stay at another campground right next to each other. But the spaces, there's trees in between. There's space here, and their campsite, my campsite. And this was going to be my campsite with that couple they invited. And they were going to be at another campsite with a couple, a family, who the wife is, I guess they had problems in their marriage, and they're kind of like, ugh, you know, she's kind of like on her toes on everything. So I don't know, who cares? I didn't know they had invited them. Well, when we got there, it was a big mix-up. I didn't mind. We had invited a friend of my son's to go camping with us, so we were going to be 5. There's only 10 to a campground. So the friend of ours that invited us, she has 4 kids, and her husband, which are 6. Then the couple she invited was 2 who were going to be in the same campsite with me. But when she got there, the people that the other family they invited, they're 4. Well, without telling her, she invited her mother, because she's stuck to the umbilical cord with her mother. So she invited her mother, and so that was going to be 11 people to the campsite, and they didn't allow that. So she didn't say anything. She just went to my campsite, and she was there, you know. She stayed there in the campsite with the other couple who she invited. So when I got there, I got the surprise that I was going to be on that campground with that family, because there were 5, and us 5, it was going to be 10. And if they stayed, it would be 11. So that's fine. I didn't mind. So I just said, who cares? I'm just going to do my thing, and our tents are, away from each other, and whatever. So, the pit was right there. They came over. I gave them some wine, because I took some wine. They helped my husband put up, and my son and his friend put up the tent, and they went all hiking at night, the guys, because, whatever. So I had a good time. I had a really good time. But I realized something. I realized that, when you have a friend that then you find out they're not that cool or that down to earth, or they just either make certain comments you don't like, but then if you say something, they're like, oh, no. Okay, that's what this kind of person is. Okay, so I already know this. That's why I never hang out with them. Her husband, however, is really down to earth. And then you tell him something and he laughs it off. Or he doesn't push when he tells you something, he doesn't push it. You know what I mean? He doesn't tell you something that's gonna push it too much. He's not just gonna go overboard with his comment. However, he's really down to earth. And we all get along with him. My husband gets along with him, my kids get along with him. We all get along with him. So then we went hiking, because it was a little ways from where I went for my anniversary. My husband took me hiking for my anniversary, because I like to hike, and he took me to this place that looks like a cave, but it's called a bridge. So we went, and I was talking with the girl that invited me, and she's like, I told her I feel bad. I had to get mad at the couple's child, because the child was being very rude to my daughter, and my daughter wasn't doing anything to her. So it was like, I was like, hey, she's not telling you anything, calm down. And she started crying. Okay, whatever. So she started crying, and I go, come here. And so I could explain to her that you can't. No! And she took off. Okay. So she took off to mommy. Well, when we went down to the campsite, they didn't follow along. They went a different way. And I felt bad. I go, oh, I think because she's very sensitive with her kids, she probably got offended and she didn't want it. So I was kind of quiet, but I kept enjoying. I kept going. I kept going. So I told my friend, the ones that invited us, I told her, I feel bad. I think she got upset because I told her kid, stopped acting like it. But this is what happened. We were walking. She, the little boy, the kid went off on my daughter, and I was like, hey, she's not doing nothing to you. Calm down. Don't be acting like that. She started crying. She's like, oh, don't listen to her. That's the way her mom has her. And well, if she's gonna get offended for it, then she should change the way her daughter is. So I was like, She's all, you know what? I didn't even want to come. That's why I invited you, and that's why I invited the other couple. Because that person, we've already had some confrontations with them. But we all have to pass, what other people do to us. And, I thought about it, and I go, well, Lorena and her family are going to go, and this family's going to go. We're going to be okay. So, maybe she says the same thing about us. And I start to think, and I go, yeah, that's true. I go, but her husband's very down to earth. And she's like, oh, yeah. Her husband is really down to earth. That's another reason, because, he's really down to earth. So, you kind of feel bad because the spouse is, but the other spouse is really down to earth, and you want to hang out because that person's really cool and they're really down to earth. Sadly, they're married to somebody that is not down to earth. So now my question is, do you have a friend or a couple friend where you get along with him but you don't get along with her, even though you guys met her first? Or you guys met them together, but you see that she's kind of annoying, but he's really down to earth. And how do you guys deal with that? Or vice versa. How about if you find someone that she's very down to earth and you can get along with her, but her spouse is like, and it's not because you haven't hung out with him and you just don't like him. No, you actually hung out with them, but the comments they make, the way they act, the way they are, like that. Like, you actually know the person and you don't like it. Like, have you ever been in that situation, and what do you think about that? Because I think I just blow them off. I do say hi and I smile and I like them. I really, really do like them. But I know that she's not a person that I want to tell stuff to. I know she's a person that can't take it when her kids act out of control. She doesn't put them in their place unless they do it to her. She doesn't like her spouse to put them in her place. So I already know I can't. I just can't. I can't. I'm gonna. Yeah. I can't do that with her. So that's my question. Do you find that you've run into a couple and you hang out with them and you're cool, but once you get to know one of the spouses, you're like, oh, this is not going down. I can't hang out with these people. And I want to know what you think. Because I say hi, I always do, and when we have to hang out, I hang out. I avoid sitting next to her or him, and that's it. And I'm done with it. And now I know not to be around her or sit next to her or listen to her comments. And when she does make a comment, I do tell her. Everybody else told me, tell her or tell him. Tell him. Because I get along with the wife, but the husband's an idiot. I have another couple friend that he is just plain out stupid. It's like I've never met someone with no tact at all. Like, he doesn't think before he talks, and when he opens his mouth, it's like when someone farts by accident. It just comes out. That's him. He farts through his mouth by accident. He just spits out the words and doesn't think before he opens it. And I mean stupid stuff. Not like funny ha 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 or oh yeah, we were talking about that. Like out of the blue stuff. Like, here's an example. Oh, I have this certain kind of insurance. Oh, the gays have that insurance. Like, it's stupid. Just stupid comments that come out of his mouth. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand him. And it's sad. But I like his wife, and she's very down to earth, and she's very cool, and I like her. I really, really like her. So my question is, have you ever had a couple like that? Doesn't matter who the spouse is, what is the spouse, and what do you guys do about it? Do you blow them off and keep them away from you? At this point, with the first couple, the couple that went camping with us, I have to. I have to put my distance because of other comments that she's made, and I don't want later saying that I'm anything. So I just, to avoid a problem, I just stay away. And I say hi and I keep going. How about the guy? The guy, well, I don't have to deal with him. So I just talk to his wife. When he comes around, I get up and I leave. I say, hey, how are you doing? Fine, thank you. And I walk away. I don't invite them over. None of the two couples. And that's it. I just want to know what your opinion is. What do you think? And have you run into that situation? Thanks.